Well, good afternoon, brothers and sisters of the hook. Salty Kayak here, and I have not been on the water for what seems to be a month. Please excuse, I live on a busy road right here with a couple schools right down it. This is the first warm day that I have been able to get out and do anything. We've had sub-freezing weather here, and I thought I'd go ahead and video one of the reasons why I have not been able to get out and do any fishing. Took John out a couple weeks ago. We went out to the jetty. I caught 2 fish and gave them to him, a sheep's head and a whiting. But when I put the trolling motor down, this unit right here, which turns the head, that head, which with the GPS in it, locks into this right here and turns it, and that's what keeps you spot locked out there. Well, it's froze up, and I think there's salt water in here that's gotten all corroded and froze everything up, so it will not turn. So what I've had to do is order a replacement turning head, and this is it right here. Cost about $110 shipped. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the video or below the video here. And because if you run into this problem, you might, because I've had water over the bow many times. Salt water's just washed over this whole unit, not just there, also into the head. And I've just got through cutting off this shrink film from off of here, which is the GPS. There's the little GPS antenna. This looks like it's all sealed, so it's protected. But water got in through this hole here, obviously, spray, and even worked its way down my shrink film right here. And as you can see, there's some corrosion right here on this terminal. So I'm going to break those apart, clean that up, probably put some silicone grease in there, or some lithium grease in there when I put this back together. But what you have to do to put this head on is to take this head off. Got 4 screws right there and there and there, just regular Phillips screws. I'll take that off, and one big long one here with a nut on the other end. This is it right here. This big long one comes out of here. Take that off to get access to this, and then I'm going to take these apart. Okay, black to black, red to red, pretty easy. You can't go wrong. I definitely don't want this to fall on the ground. Whoa, I saw the nut just jump out. Well, I got a nut down here on the ground somewhere. When I blow some of these leaves and stuff off of here, I'll find it. There it is. There it is. It's even rusty. Okay, so now that I got that loose, pull this off, rock it back and forth and pull it off. Put these leads through. Oh, there's a screw that I missed taking out. I'd find it in the middle of one of my tires if I didn't watch out. Okay, now I'm going to leave this in for now because I've got to push this whole bottom unit out of here and then take this off. Let me go ahead and see if I can do that right now. I don't want it to just drop like a rock. Okay, here we go. All right, I got a hold of it. Down through here. All right, there we go. Here we go. Woo, it's a heavy booger. Put it in the old rodeo. I've got almost 250,000 miles on this rodeo. I love it. It's still going strong. Okay, now what I'm going to have to do to get this out is to take that pin right there off. And it's come off before. I can see that. That's why I've got this little stop pin here. I put this nut right here on purpose to keep this pin from coming out, because it's come out before. I'll get back to you in a minute. Okay. I took this little locking pin off of here now. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it back on. Okay, I might have to get the old hammer and hammer in the morning all over this land. Yep. I'll go get a hammer. Okay. Put a little WD-40 on here, or PB Blaster, I should say. And another main reason why I've not been able to get out doing any fishing or recording videos is because my main computer decided to die, just completely die. By the way, this is a little item that I put in here myself, a piece of aluminum that I cut, because these pins right here, which got a little cushion in there, kept coming out because I go into rough water, folks. I go into rough water, and those pins were coming out. Those little cushions in there, and so I had to make sure that they were not going to come out. There's always some adjusting that you have to do, always a little something that you have to do on your own to get things to work. That's all there is to it. Golly, that's in there. That's in there tight. I gotta go get a punch or something. Okay. Come on, go, 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 go. Get that out. Come on. You know what? I'll bet you $1 to a donut. I need to put that in there again. Yep. And get it out again. Ugh. Salt and stuff. I'm going to try to keep it. I can leave this in. Oops. Actually, I don't need to take that out anymore. I can leave that in there. Let's see about this. That's something I did not anticipate. I got another. I'm going to take this apart also. Okay. Almost forgot to start recording here, folks. Getting all excited. Anyway, take this off of here and pop this out of here. Cut off. Cut off the protective sheathings, the shrink film, off of these contacts right here. White goes to white, pretty easy. Black goes to black, pretty easy. Now this is free. Okay, this is free. And this is my head. It's frozen. It won't turn. So I will take this apart. Star screws in there. That one I broke off. There, there, and there, and there. See if I can rescue that. Okay. Now we go to putting things back together with this new one. That means going in reverse. We'll put this in through here. Where's that wire clip at? I'd lose my head if it wasn't screwed onto my neck. What do I do with it? Okay. Finally got this cable lock back in here, but I went and checked to see if I had some shrink film big enough to fit over these contacts, and I do not. So I might be on hold for a little while. I'm not sure. Don't know what all this stuff is. Never been attached to anything. It's all corroded and everything. Bunch of contacts out here just floating around. Oh well. Okay, I did not have the right kind of shrink film for my wiring. I just don't feel like messing with it anymore. So I used some of my waterproof E6000 around the shrink film because I couldn't get the ends to shrink down far enough. And that will shrink down just fine. Just fine. I will put this in here like it's supposed to be. Just like that. Let everything kind of dry out overnight, and then I will come back, oops, tomorrow, and I'll put the rest of it together, I think. That's on there. Okay, yep. I am to the point where I can test it. Look at that. Look at that there. Yeah. Yep, perfect. Thank you, Lord. Okay, thank you. I'm just about ready to go fishing. Just about. Got a little bit more stuff to do here. Okay. This is not marine lithium grease, but it is lithium grease. And I need to put it in that hole right there. There we go. Oh man, look at there. Fantastic. Thank you, Lord, that was pretty easy. But now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna secure this onto there. Okay, cool. Got that done. Now to feed this back through, that might be a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Bingo. Alrighty. Now I can put this back on. Right about there, I guess. And I can put these sides back on. Yep. A little bit of a problem here. Let's see here. Here's my hole. Right there. Come on, grab. There we go. This one should go in just slicker than snot in the doorknob. Sure enough. Sure enough. Okay, all that's left now, put all this back together. Go through here. Okay. It's not a very tight screw up there, holding that on. That's on there. Alrighty. But I don't know what I'm going to do now about it. Got to go get some shrink film of the proper dimensions, and I'm going to clean these contacts. Well, just for the sake of getting all this stuff together today, I'm going to tape this shut. I want to tape this shut. Tape this up with electrical tape. It'll be just as good. It won't be quite just as good. But when you do it yourself, you know what's going on. You know, I think I'll make this waterproof just fine. Take this all around a couple times, both of them, and I'll pack this thing up for tonight. Got these all wrapped up, tucked in there pretty nice. They were all twisted before. I kind of untwisted it because I don't want them all twisted up. Got to put this head back on. Going to put this head back on, the cap back on. One of these is missing a screw. I think it's this one here. Yep. Got that. Got that. Got that. All right. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Saturday afternoon project began and complete. Now, if I can just get another motherboard in, or the processor, motherboard processor, if I can get out on the water, I'll make some videos. Let me put all this stuff away now. Good to have skills.